And we made it to week 3. Let's go! So here are the chicks. I'm still using that light, the heater light, because they're still tiny. They still need some of that light, but mostly at night. And here they are eating as usual. That's all they do. There's more patterns coming out. Look at that bark rock. She's the one who's growing the fastest just because her feathers and pattern is like coming out, becoming more prominent faster. But she's not the only one. If you look at the white leghorn there, and also here the Rhode Island red, they have a lot of feathers already. They're starting to grow into that gangly kind of weird period where they still have their down feathers, but they're starting to grow those juvenile feathers. So you can see the leghorn stretching its wings. I just really think the bark rock has the prettiest pattern. We're not supposed to play favorites or whatever, but like the Buff Orpington on the other hand, with the feathers coming in, it's starting to look haggard, girl. You gotta get it together, get it together. She used to be super cute and fluffy, but now look, with like the feathers and the fluff, she just looks weird. Here's the Rhode Island red. Again, she's one of the fast growers. I feel like it's probably just part of the breed. Heritage chickens bred to grow faster, I guess. And the white leghorn is really such a voracious eater. She's always the first one when I put a new feed in there. She's always the first one to get to start scratching and eating. See how she's trying to scratch there? Like the Buff Orpington is right there. She's looking extra fluffy. But again, her breed is built that way. Like they're supposed to be like fluffier than or bigger than the regular chicken. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how each of them grow over time, and just depending on their breed, how big they get. Cracking up at the Americana, like scratching there, like, girl, what are you scratching at? Newspaper. But you just look at her legs, and the leg of the Americana, that kind of greenish color. I wonder if her eggs are going to be kind of greenish tint. Oh, there's a good look at the Buff Orpington. I don't know, I really like the color of the Buff Orpington. I think out of all of them, she's going to be just like the golden chicken. The Rhode Island red is cute though, also. Oh, she just pooped. Okay, anyway, as I was saying, they all look very healthy and doing well, so that's really all I want, for them to keep growing and just keep maturing and have no setbacks. So far so good. Even my silver lace, she's doing much better. She's starting to grow some feathers, but again, if you look at her next to the other chicks, she's just the tiniest thing. So I'm pretty sure she's like the youngest out of the whole flock. I chose her because she was gonna have like really pretty feathers when she grows up. The pattern on her feathers is just gonna be beautiful. So yeah, so we wait and we're patient. There's the Americana. You can already see some of the patterns emerge from hers. I still think she's the oldest out of the group. She's growing feathers the fastest. But the white leghorn is not far behind. Look at it. Look at her. It's just weird, this stage, because they're obviously no longer the cute, fluffy little chicks. They're still cute, but they're not. They're kind of like gangly looking, because the down feather and the mix of the more mature feathers coming out. It's just not a cute look. They're not very put together, but I think it's gonna last probably a couple of weeks before they outgrow the stage. Yeah, in the meantime, just trying to keep them safe, trying to keep their brooder clean, and they're very, see, the silver lace, or the barred rock is always like the most inquisitive one. Like she's either fearless or she's like, what is this? I'm too dumb. Like she just always wants to walk up to me whenever I'm like filming, and one of the others would try to stay away. But the barred rock is always like, what you got for me? You got food? Or either that or she's just like being brave. Let's say she's brave. I think it's probably better. Trying to give them more food. Trying not to overfeed them. Like some of the videos I saw on YouTube are like, don't give them too much food. Don't give them, don't overfeed them. I think I'm giving them just the right amount because they're not looking too chunky. They're doing well. I'm trying to see if they have like a pecking order yet, and I feel like I haven't really noticed it yet. Like the silver laced Rovington, I thought would be like at the bottom, but she's always like weaving and squeezing and darting here and there to try to get some food. I think it's pretty hilarious. But she's always probably just trying to catch up. The Americana right there is, you can see her pattern. Right here, she's measuring if she can jump over that box. She actually has jumped on the ledge of the box already. She's the first one out of the whole group to be brave enough to jump out. Oh, she just pooped. To jump up to the box, and I kind of freaked out a bit because I was like, oh no! Like now I gotta be careful and not leave like the top wide open. Is white leghorn. Those two, man, they're the troublemakers. They be trying to explore and look at everything, while the others are like so much more chill. Feathering on the chest of the Americana. It's starting to come out too. It's so cool. But yeah, that's pretty much week 3. It's them kind of like measuring how high they can fly, trying to see if they can go on top of the brooder. So I'm trying to like definitely when I'm away, I keep the lid on. It's kind of like the screen. Testing out their environment. That's the natural thing to do. Kind of like see how far they can go, how high they can fly. And oh, look at this one time I found one of them inside the feeder, and I was just like, how did you even get in there? And that's probably how they're trying to jump on everything. They knocked off the lid, and they somehow found themselves inside it. I believe that was the white leghorn that was inside, because that bitch, she'd be trying to do everything. She'd be trying to do the most, but whatever. I can't even like be mad. Look how cute they are. You can totally tell the barred rock and the Rhode Island red. To me, it's just super cute. Look at the white leghorn. What she can get away with. But yeah, they're just so funny, man. Like, you can already tell when they're trying to like jump out of the box. Like they're looking around like this. Like, is the ghost clear? Is he around? Can we get away with it? Let me try and jump out. Like I could already tell. Troublemakers. Oh, there goes the barred rock. I was just saying she's the chillest one, but apparently not. Look how big she is already with her little wings. That's so cool that she got up there. But also, damn, I gotta like, oh, you gotta get back in there, buddy. Don't be pooping on top of the box. We're on top of the brooder. That's not cool. But yeah, I'm trying to continually change the floor of their brooder. I do have some pine shavings, but I'm kind of worried that they're gonna eat it and start picking at it. I think I'm gonna put some pine shavings once they're like a little bigger, maybe like a month and a half, so that I don't have to change the newspaper every day. Because I heard that pine shavings will absorb like poop and like moisture, so that they're not too dirty right away, and it'll give them something to scratch at. But yeah, here I turn on the heater lamp because it's usually around night time, right before when I feed them, and it's still kind of cold at night time, so you can see some more clearly by the development. It's a pretty big box. And it's temporary. I'm like starting to work on wooden brooder for them so that they can stay on the cage until they're a little bigger, because yeah, they're starting to outgrow this. And this is barely week 3. They're already like flying out of it, so I'm definitely making plans to get them a bigger place. And I know eventually I'm gonna have to move them outside the house. And starting to poop, starting to smell that. And that's what you get. That's all they do. They poop and eat. So they eat a lot. It's good to see, because I want them to be healthy and strong. So I always just try to give them as much food as I can, and also water, clean water. Oh, there goes the Americana. I'm telling you, the Americana is like the one who I will always find on top of that brooder. She doesn't go farther than that, but it still scares the crap out of me, because I'm like, if you get out, and I have a dog, we have a dog, and she's a Cocker Spaniel, so she has those instinctive, like, hunting genes from her ancestors. So I'm just like, oh man, I did not want to find a chick in your mouth, one of these days when I get home. So yeah, so I only leave the top off like this whenever I'm around, make sure that they don't get out, and then I'm there to like put them back in. They're just growing so much faster than I thought they would. Like I thought they'd be still like the fluffy stage by this point, and as you can see here, they have so much more feathers, and their wings have started to come in so that they can fly out. But yeah, I would put this screen on top of the box to deter them from going out. Look at the red looking at me there, like, what you looking at? Like, here's more pictures of their feathers. They're starting to look like, juvenile chickens, and it's good to see. It's good to see the development of each breed. I wasn't sure what to expect, because this is my first backyard flock, and the chickens that we had back when I was little were like native chickens, so they're not really the same. Like their development is not the same as these heritage chickens, but yeah, it's really fascinating to watch them grow and just see how quickly they evolve from little fur ball that you brought home to like an actual chicken looking thing. Look at the barred rock, just straight up jumped into my arm. Like she's like, you got more food up here or what? Like, hook it up. It's so cool. But yeah, and so I keep like half the box closed like that most of the time. Give them a little bit of a overhang on their brooder, so they can hide a bit if they want to. And I only have to cover the other half with the screen. But yeah, I'm glad that they're getting more feathers. Probably won't need to like have their heater lamp on in a few more weeks, because they're indoors, so it's not too cold anymore at night. It's almost spring, so it is spring, so it's just unusually colder than usual. But I think these heritage breed chicks are very resilient, and I've seen some of them like living in areas where there's snow again, but they're like still so tiny. That's why I'm like erring on the side of caution, so that I don't make a fatal mistake. So I'm gonna keep those heater lamps on a little longer, give them some heat at night, and if they don't want it, they can always go underneath that half of the brooder box that's covered, and they don't have to have that heat on them like the whole night. But they definitely flock together at night, like all in the corner or something. So they all like have heat. They're able to regulate heat together, I think. So the heater lamp is really just there for precaution in case it gets too cold for them. That'll be available, And the morning comes and sun shining through the windows. I turn it off, and they're fine. But yeah, looking at the Americana, look at her fluffy cheeks. She's so cute. And I do think I'm fairly like 90% sure they're all gonna be hens. Like I don't see any like rooster like characteristics in any of them. So I'm glad that they're all gonna be ladies, because a rooster would be an issue where I live, and it sucks, but I wish I could have a rooster. When I was little, we had a bunch of roosters, and they would pop off like every morning, and you could just hear them like cock-a-doodling away. It's so weird because we don't hear that where I'm living now, or in the city. So it's not really, it's like prohibited, because people will definitely complain if they hear that crowing. It's just different living in a farm in the countryside versus living in the city, because there's a lot more freedom to do those things, have animals like that. Here I grinded up some more of that clovers, see if they like that. And here I'm testing out the dog crate that my sister-in-law gave me. They had like an extra like big dog crate that she's like, oh, maybe you could use it for your chickens, because she knows I got like a flock. But I think they're still kind of too tiny. I don't want them going through the holes on the side and getting out. So I think I'll eventually use this when I want them to go outside and get some sun and sort of just like, get some free range action going on and scratch at the grass. Because the bigger they get, I want them to be able to experience it outside more, obviously. Instead of being cooped up in the brooder, because they get bored, I'm sure. But this is me just testing it out indoors, just making sure they're not too tiny still to make it past the little bars in the cage, and that they're big enough and they won't slip through. But I think it'll work. But when I take out that bottom plate, they definitely will go through it. Those are too big. Like I said, this is made for dogs, so they're not exactly a brooder specific for tiny chicks. But yeah, it looks like they'd be fine in it. And yeah, like again, this is just me being extra, just making sure they'd be safe before I put them outside. Where again, we have a bunch of like neighborhood cats that likes to go in our garden and just like hang out in my backyard. And I don't know, man, they keep multiplying, so I'm kind of like scared to like take them outside and not be with them like, the whole time they're out there. So I'm just being extra cautious. But yeah, look at them with their little tails. They're so cute, even though they're in this like gangly phase, where they're transitioning from like chick to young hen, young pullet. And yeah, so anyway, that's pretty much their update. Continue playing more of the footage from this week. I really took a lot of footage because I was like, I really need to shoot more video of them so that I can see the growth. But you could totally tell how much they've grown since I got them, and everybody is happy and healthy, so winning. But yeah, wow, I can't believe it's been 3 weeks. Time really does fly, but so happy, so glad that they're growing, flourishing, doing well, and I can't wait for them to be able to go outside. This little dog cage. But yeah, in the meantime, that's pretty much it for this update, and we'll see you next time. Bye.